And me to you.
And you to me.
Oh, and me to you.
And you to me.
And you, oh, blimey, I'm getting all tongue-tied here. Well, that's what this trade dispute is like. Yes. Donald Trump has capitulated. That he has, yeah. And Keir Starmer seems to think that he shouldn't take sides in regards to having a deal either with the EU or with the United States. Damn me. How can you trust Donald Trump? Have I got to walk backwards if we go this way?
I don't know, that's where they're going.
Oh, blimey. Okay, I'll have to walk backwards then. Can you prevent me from falling over?
I'll tell you.
I better not actually. Let's go that way. It might be alright. Sun's there, that's alright. Yeah, so Donald Trump has capitulated to Canada. And there's Canada and Sheinberg, Claudia Sheinberg, the Mexican president. And basically what happened, they had a chat yesterday and had nice conversations and basically offered exactly what's been offered before. Yeah, no changes, all right? And Donald Trump says, OK.
But there's only a 30-day pause.
Yeah, there's only a 30-day pause. So, well, that's just keep it open, isn't it? You know, so you can keep throwing it in their faces.
They're unstable for 30 days. So.
Well, actually, Donald Trump is unstable.
Mind you,
if
they've got any sense, they'll be looking for deals elsewhere so they can pull out as many deals from America as they can.
God, this is just crazy, isn't it? You know, so much stuff is happening. Can't trust anyone anymore. Like, you can't. Blimey. So, what was that place? A peninsula, a province of Canada that's banned San Paulo or somewhere. Anyway, they're banning Canadian products. Oh no, okay, American products, US products. Oh, I'm getting all tongue-tied again, aren't I, darling?
Oh, it's that state we talked
me.
about yesterday that was looked like it's a little country on its own, but it's not.
Yeah, it's got like a bit joined, a little bit of land joining it. I can't remember what it's called now. Maybe you can tell me in the comments down below. But anyway, they banned American US whiskey, you know, American whiskey. And also, what else was there, darling? You can remember. You got better memory than me.
It's just that was alcohol mainly.
Mainly alcohol.
I can't remember what else was there.
Oh, crikey, I can't remember. But also they're putting extra tariffs on American lorry drivers coming into Canada.
So are they still doing this, even though
they're
still 30-day pause?
They're doing it all. I think they're carrying on. Oh. They're also marking all the shelves as well, aren't they?
Oh, well, yeah, we see that on the video. That says "Made in Canada, Made in Canada."
because the Canadian people want to
support Canada.
Well, they also ostracise the US, and also Canada's looking at alternative sources of minerals now for manufacturing in Canada, because it's all very well saying, oh yeah, it's pause, which has actually increased the Canadian dollar. That's gone up in value because optimism regarding the pause. That's just feelings again, isn't it? Sentiment.
I suppose also the smaller companies have got a chance in that 30 days to try and divert their trade elsewhere.
Yeah, there is that too.
Still trading with America in the next 30 days.
Yeah, while this is hanging over them, they're not going to say, oh, that's all right then, are they?
No, they're going to try and get out as much as they can, aren't they?
Yeah, some companies will, because some companies are going to say, well, not a lot we can do, really. But some companies are more, more mobile. They can, not mobile as in they move. I mean, they can actually choose other suppliers, inputs, to actually get their manufacturing. Or it's not just that. It's also like, for instance, skills, techie people. All this gets affected. Can you imagine the animosity towards skilled people, skilled Americans who want to go and work in Canada? Can you imagine the animosity held in the workplace against them?
Also, do you think that the Canadians are now going to start buying more Canadian products?
Yeah, they already started.
Like alcohol and blah, blah, blah. So, really, they wouldn't need to sell as much to America because the Canadians would then be up in the market.
Well, yeah, but also, darling, You know, when you change, some things are habit, like our dogs, all right? Our dogs certainly have habits, all right? They live by their habits. Well, people do to a certain extent as well. And if you change their habits, it's going to be very hard to change them back. It just is. It's just human nature.
Go to a supermarket and like a certain brand of beer.
Yeah.
It'd be quite difficult to change to another one. But if you had that looming over you, you would actually try, wouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly. You'd be forced into making a decision. And also, darling, like for instance, you know, some people, like for instance, Wayne's always bought Heinz ketchup because it's kind of what he's always done.
See?
Yeah, that's kind of what he used to do. He was always into the brands and stuff.
I don't know.
He don't now, but he was. I'm saying it takes you time to...
Yeah.
My point is, once you've got your habit, you've got to break the habit, but then there comes a new habit. At the moment, because obviously cost of living and what have you has gone up, he looks at other cheaper brands now.
Shops own brands now.
He does, yeah. That's my point. So it's you change people's habits, well then they're changed for good. And that's what the threat of these tariffs have done, is antagonised the Canadian people, it's antagonised people of Mexico, and now they've changed their habits. Doesn't take much, does it really? You know?
No, because you try something different, you think, oh, this is okay. And like a brand of coffee, you might like be on the same brand for 10 years and then suddenly try something else. Oh, this is quite nice. And then you're sold and you go over to that brand.
Yeah, so people have like this, like your mum will have it, it'll be like Nescafe or whatever it is, granulated coffee. She wouldn't have anything else. Whereas I kind of like my proper coffee. I can't, oh crikey, granulated coffee these days, I can't drink it. It's horrible.
That's what Wayne was saying, because he has proper coffee. And
he does now, doesn't he?
Yeah. And
but
I feel the same though. If I don't really drink much coffee, I occasionally drink a coffee, not every day.
Yeah.
But instant coffee is horrible. I wouldn't even touch it.
No.
I'd rather have a glass of water.
Not out of tap though. No. Might be full of microplastics, darling.
Yeah.
And that's been found in all sorts of stuff
and
now.
And fish.
And obviously, it's been found in fish for a while now, but that affects people's, the male, the reproductive organs. Apparently, yeah. Nice. Maybe that's what we need in the United States, but only for the MAGA. You've got to aim all the microplastics towards the MAGA and control their birth rate. That's the only other thing you see, actually, darling. The birth rate always increases amongst the poor faster than it does amongst those who, amongst educated people who... Well, it is educated. We were talking about this more than that, actually, weren't we? You don't have to be educated to have common sense. I came to the conclusion this morning, because my dear wife, you're not stupid, are you?
I don't think so.
No, she's not stupid. She corrects me quite a bit, actually. Makes me feel that small sometimes. And although she didn't do too well at school and that, she's got heaps of common sense. But do you know what I think it is regarding these people who appear to have no common sense? Is because, well, I think they're full of hate. I think that overrides common sense. And they'd rather I don't know, let it eat its own face than actually accept the fact that there's black people, people
disabled
of colour, disabled people, people.
Dwarfs.
Oh yeah, don't forget the dwarfism. Yeah, that as well. God's sake. Also referring to Donald Trump and what he said regarding the air traffic control. The man's a lunatic, absolute lunatic. You've got to get him out quick. Even by force if you have to. Because he is going to destroy your country.
Standing up to him at the moment.
Well, there is, and clearly a lot of countries are standing up to him. They're not saying, "Well, you can't bully us like this. It's just ridiculous." We're not going to stand for it, and they're not.
The thing is, he's quite stupid, really.
He's an idiot.
Because he's the sort of saying, "Oh, I'm going to put tariffs on this country. I'm going to put tariffs on that country," and then say, they come into effect on the 1st of February or on Tuesday, and then suddenly withdraw them for 30 days. Well, do we think that the people who he's then wound up all that while, and then he said, oh, you're on hold for 30 days, are actually going to go, oh, that's good, now we've got deals with Trump, we can deal with Trump again? They're not.
No, not at all.
Any way and they can get out of it by doing, going to different countries, selling more in their own country, or they're going to see whatever they can do. They're going to do whatever they can do to protect their country.
Of course they are.
You know, the Canadians
wouldn't
will
they?
buy more Canadian food and alcohol, and you know, try to boycott the American food and alcohol.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what they're going to do, and that's what they've already started doing, darling.
And he's stupid because he's done that. That's what he's now actually started this like train of things off, where people are going to try and avoid American goods.
Yeah, and while all this is going off, they've got another madman, Elon Musk, who is pretty much stopping absolutely every payment that goes. It's basically, if you think like the federal bank, what's it called again now? Kind of Bureau of Finance or something. It's basically like the checkbook. It's like the checkbook to the United States. Now, they don't actually decide what the checks are written for. You know, that's down to the other departments. They just write the checks out. Well, Elon Musk has just basically stated that he said that they've never ever said no to a check, which is absolute bollocks, because that's not what they're about. They get told to write the checks. You know, there could be your welfare checks. It could be for any department effectively. And crikey, that's just absolute madness, darling.
Marcus, I don't know how true this is because it was in the Mirror, right?
Oh dear.
It was saying that this bloke died yesterday.
No, let's try to touch out.
Because of an asthma attack, because he couldn't afford an inhaler. Because apparently under Biden there was some kind of cap on them.
That's right, there was.
They were only, I can't remember how much they were. Some say 35, someone say 66 euros for an inhaler, right? And apparently Trump
Depends where you are, Don.
Trump has took the cap off.
Yeah,
So
he did an executive order, but then
this was
place
saying,
called
this
signatures.
bloke, or the article was saying that inhalers are now $500 to buy in America. I don't know how true this is.
It would have gone up because there was definitely a cap, so it's definitely gone up.
That will cause people to die because people can't afford it.
Well, they haven't got. It's not a case of can't afford it. Sometimes it's the case they just don't have that money.
No. Well,
you know.
No.
If you think you're going to die and not pay your rent, well, what are you going to do? You're going to buy your medication.
But just you have a touch of asthma, don't you?
Yeah,
sometimes.
I do, yeah. Usually in the summer.
We have 2 or 3 of our children got asthma. Matthew's got fairly bad asthma.
Yeah, I'm alright this time of year.
Just think if you couldn't get an inhaler.
Yeah.
I mean, apparently in France they're only €7 for an inhaler.
Yeah.
And in England it's the cost of a prescription, which I think is about £10.
Yeah, if you're like, I know, an English person or American person come to the EU, you go to France for instance, and you need an inhaler, it costs you under €10, you know, so
yeah, and
it's considerably cheaper.
It's the cost of a prescription.
So. It's a bit more in England. It's the cost of a prescription, yeah, if you get a prescription on.
Yeah, but they wouldn't sell it without prescription. They wouldn't sell it without prescription,
that's a good point. That's a good point, actually. If you're an American citizen, you get a prescription, do you have to pay the standard prescription price? Because it's capped, isn't it? Yeah, but, you know, UK prescriptions are capped.
Yeah, so
they might not get. They have to buy. They probably have to buy at cost.
That work out that they're paying less than what the UK pay for their inhalers.
I think you'll find. Yeah, well, it does for people who can get proper bona fide prescriptions. I'd have thought foreign citizens, darling, wouldn't get the cash, the benefit.
Oh well, then they're $15.99.
Yeah. So that sounds about right.
It's not terrible.
Well, I can remember a video. It was about a year or so ago where an American citizen had to buy an inhaler in the UK, and he paid like £16 for it. And he said at the time, this was a couple of years ago when I saw this video.
$15.99 now.
Yeah, but he said he'd in the US he'd had to pay over $200 for it back then. I think a car's coming. Might be wrong. I've probably had water actually.
But this is basic medication, which inhalers should be free to anybody because it's just it's a really nasty illness which can kill people.
Do you know what though? All this could have been prevented, Caroline. When they had the chance to, when Bernie Sanders was running, they should have voted for Bernie Sanders because that man is a diamond. He really is a diamond. He's he's hell of a debater. He was holding Bobby Kennedy, you know, the vaccine denier and COVID denier, that nut job. Bobby Kennedy. He's got no place, no right to be the your health secretary.
I just noticed in the last week or so that Facebook seemed to be putting a lot of anti-vax things on now, which they weren't on before.
No, we've started getting all the crap on. Global do Facebook, Caroline does, and she started getting all the rubbish now, all the rubbish political stuff and rubbish medical stuff that's not true. Basically fake news, you know, misinformation, and that's after Mark Zuckerberg went and saw Donald Trump and kissed the old chocolate starfish. If you know what I mean. Yes. That's all changed. You know, just like my views on since they all start suckling up to Donald Trump, the views on my channel literally just like someone flicked the switch. And someone commented on that today actually, Caroline. They said they don't get my videos in their feeds anymore.
Oh God.
You know?
Guys, we need to try.
I suppose some people do, but it's been hamstrung a bit. So, I think that's the end for this video, darling.
Okay.
Do you reckon?
Well, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, press the like button, or buy us a coffee, or we've got a GoFunding project we're doing as well. I'll let you explain.
A GoFunding project? You mean a rewilding project?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're doing rewilding here in France where we're planting loads of trees. Now, I know we're surrounded by trees, but they keep cutting them down. And it's not good for the animal habitat, so we're trying to create a bit of a sanctuary. Now, it's actually just up there. You can't see it, but it's on the top of that hill. And that's where we're planting masses of trees. We're doing at least 1,000 trees, probably could be there 1,500, isn't it? Yeah. On 2 hectares of land. And if you would like to have a tree, it'll be your tree, on our land here in France. So, you know, you get something in France. But also, we're making signs to go with the trees. So I'll be making signs with our laser. It could be like a memory of a loved one or a pet or whatever you like, really, can't it, Dan? Birth for a child, yeah. Or even messages, you know. Whatever you like. You know, so that's what we're doing. If it'll be part of that, there are links down below. But for now, I'll have to say something, darling. What are you going to say?
Toodaloo.
Toodaloo. How about Toodle Pip? Toodle Pip. What do you reckon, Bear?
Bear says woof.
You say woof, do you, Bear?
Yeah, Dora says woof too.
Yeah, he's been a bit of a worry this morning, Bear, hasn't he? He's been coughing a lot. He's got an enlarged heart, you see, so he has to have loads of medication. And it's crazy though, because we lost our little waddy dog, didn't we, very sadly?
About 3 months.
About 3 months ago now, and he had the same medication as Sebastian because he had a heart murmur. And although the costs, because the little Wally passed away, had reduced, they haven't really, because his medication's just been doubled. So it's just, you know, out of the frying pan into the fire. So there you go. Anyway,
they're worth it.
They are worth it. They're our children here in France. They really are, and we love them to bits.
He is nearly 14.
He is nearly 14. Yeah, he's 14, and Pandora, the one who looks older,
12.
She's nearly 12. So yeah, she had a bit of a shock when she was a pup, and then she turned grey. Anyway, we already said goodbye.
Yeah.
Didn't we? Toodaloo. Toodaloo.